106.1 KISS FM, Priscilla.
Good evening. Like so many of you, I am walking tonight to honor not just those close to me that I've lost to suicide, but also for you, my friends, my family, and my neighbors. Jeremy Moore was one of my close friends, my best friend's husband, and a father of two. Jeremy suffered a traumatic brain injury in a motorcycle accident in 2007, and then on January 11th, 2009, we lost him to suicide. Just 3 months ago, we also lost our good friend Christine, and while doing my fundraising efforts for the overnight walk, I realized how many friends, co-workers, and neighbors have also lost loved ones as well. I'm honored to be a voice, to help raise awareness, to help make suicide a topic that we are not afraid to discuss, and to help prevent the loss of more lives. Each of us have our own stories, our own reasons for being here. As the sun begins to set, we remember those reasons, and we use two symbols to keep them in our sight and in our hearts. Our luminaria reminds us that the light of those that we lost is truly never extinguished, and no matter how dark life may sometimes seem to those struggling with mental illness or addiction, the light of hope is always present. Our honor beads pay tribute to loved ones lost, a personal struggle, or a victory. They come in many colors, representing the diversity of our community's connections to this cause. It is my honor to introduce to you some of the extraordinary people who are part of our community. Wearing orange beads to symbolize the loss of a sibling are Jinga, Nabanar, and Akita Gandhi. Jinga and Akita lost their brother Tejas on August 18th, 2014. Tejas was an amazing uncle and hero to his nieces and nephews as he hid his severe depression under a beautiful smile. He brought that kind of light to all that he met. Though the last couple of months have been incredibly difficult for those who love Tejas, Jinga and Akita have made it through by sharing their story and by speaking out about mental health. Wearing silver beads symbolizing the loss of military or first responder is Brent Blonigan. Brent walks overnight in honor and memory of friends and fellow service members who have died by suicide. Sadly, some of our bravest are also some of our most vulnerable as we lose too many servicemen and women to suicide. Brent is here to show his brothers and sisters in uniform that they are not alone. Daniel Del Rosario wears red beads symbolizing the loss of a partner or a spouse. In 2013, Daniel lost his girlfriend, Brooke Anderson, to suicide. Brooke loved nature, was obsessed with the band MGMT, and the couple shared the love of puns and cheesy pickup lines. Brooke reminded Daniel of the skies over Seattle where she lived, rays of sunlight struggling to escape the thick sheet of dark clouds. After her death, those clouds hovered above him, but getting involved in suicide prevention has helped to bring some of the sunlight back. Wearing gold beads to represent the loss of a parent is Christina Brown, who has endured the loss of 3 family members. When she was 11, Christina lost her mother to suicide. When she was 19, she lost her brother to suicide. And 10 years ago, she heartbreakingly also lost her father to suicide. After losing her father, Christina knew honesty could be the only viable option to help save lives. She continues to work hard to make sure that her 3 daughters know the truth about their family history. And even though she's experienced so much loss, the overnight is incredibly meaningful to her because it is through each donation and every single person here that people battling mental illness can see that there is hope. Wearing purple beads symbolizing the loss of a friend or relative is Edwin Toro. Edwin is walking in memory of his dear friend Billy, who died by suicide on September 8th, 2014. Though they dated for a time, their friendship lasted long after their romantic relationship ended. Billy was a dedicated flight attendant for American Airlines, and the two shared a love of traveling. Edward is honored to be here today to represent all who loved Billy, including his family and so many friends. Jessica Caudle wears blue beads to represent support of the cause. After losing her father when she was 7 years old and fighting her own battles with addiction and coming out, Christina became involved with AFSP's North Texas chapter. She organized Tarrant County College's first Out of the Darkness campus walk and was the volunteer coordinator for the chapter's community walk. North Texas is lucky to have Jessica fighting against suicide, and she hopes that you will also join her by getting involved with AFSP here in the Lone Star State. Chris and Christine Kiefer wear white beads to symbolize the loss of a child. On January 21st, 2014, their 19-year-old son Sean died by suicide. Sean loved computers, music, and running. He was an old soul who, when he was 10, wrote in a school assignment, "I don't want to be remembered for how smart I was. I want to be remembered by how good of a friend I was and how I helped the community." Shortly after Sean's death, the Kiefers and their daughters walked into Seattle overnight town of Portland, Oregon. The Kiefer family has raised more than $50,000 for AFSP, and it is their hope that suicide prevention be made a priority on college campuses across the country. Wearing the newest Honor Bead color, teal, which represents the family and friends of those who have personally struggled with mental illness, is Melissa Servedio. Melissa walks for her sisters and some close friends who have struggled with depression and addiction. She is a mental health therapist in a middle and high school program. She wants everyone, from her students to her sisters, know that they don't have to be ashamed of mental illness and to feel empowered to ask for help when they need it. Jacqueline Hernandez wears green beads symbolizing a personal struggle. Jacqueline started dealing with depression and self-harm at the age of 13. When her family encouraged her to get help, they also encouraged her to keep quiet. In her early 20s, she became involved in the faith-based community that encouraged her for the first time to open up about her story. Sharing has been such a positive influence in her life as she's able to reach out to those who feel, as she once did, that no one could possibly understand. While she still struggles at times, Jacqueline now has the tools and support to cope and is nearly finished with a master's in mental health counseling. Jacqueline hopes that her walk tonight will encourage others to open up and share their stories of struggle. These beads, these luminaria, these courageous people. They represent our dedication, our commitment, and our strength as a community. We are united in our goal and determined to bring suicide prevention out of the darkness and save lives.